if they're grown biodynamically.
You like them
They have a lot of
longer
minerals.
or fatter? I'm just curious, you know?
They're gonna set it up for you.
That's what I know.
You know what?
It's
I
better.
set
Go
myself
ahead.
up there. But they are healthy.
Just say the
Yeah.
truth.
All right,
as
your
a
relationship
woman.
status for you?
I'm single.
All right.
Wait,
Do you live in Miami now? Well, you live in Florida now, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
live in Florida.
And then birth control for you?
I'm not in a relationship right now, so no.
All right, so
I'm
body count?
celibate.
Come
Well,
on, man.
I think that's a very taboo
Come on,
question,
man.
which
So-
everybody is so
how-
open to answering, and I really respect that.
You gave me a bottle of your stuff,
I
so
know.
which one I want to say on
My
stream?
opinion on my personal
No,
opinion.
it has been, which I would try.
Yes,
Yes,
Eddie.
no, it's a
All
good
right,
slow down.
product.
Slow
What's your racial background?
Well, I'm
White?
half Palestinian and
Okay.
and half
Oh, wow.
European.
You don't
Yo.
look it.
No, a
You
lot
look
of
white.
Palestinians
With
are.
blue eyes?
Oh,
Yes, my dad
There's a
has.
lot of
Live
them
with
that
blue
look
eyes?
white.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Are you a
There's lot of
natural
them,
blonde?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's Palestinians that you would think are white, and you would be like, "What the hell?" And they speak
So,
full on
so,
Arabic.
so
and
you
everything.
live here now?
I live here now. I've lived here a year.
I just got to know real quick.
Palestinian. What was the other half?
Like Scottish, Swedish mix.
How,
Yeah,
how long you been here?
1 year.
You ever been with a black guy before?
No.
All right, nigga, let's fucking go.
Okay, so Andrew, we have now we got all the girls introduced, whatever it may be, backgrounds, ages. We got a wide range here from 19 all the way to
35.
35. Do you have any questions for the ladies? It's been a while since you've been in America.
To Andrew?
Oh, we need an intro for Andrew.
I'm like, yo, it's the most Google guy in the world. Like, everybody knows who this
We know
guy
who you
is.
are.
No.
They might know who you are, but
Yeah.
let's say because she doesn't know who you are.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
No way.
Talk G, let's go.
Yeah, my name is Andrew Tate. I'm a feminist, of course. I'm here to support the women. No, I blew up to prominence in 2021 and 2022 by telling the truth about the world, and then the system got angry at me and Matrix attacked me. I spent 4 years in jail and locked in my house, and I very recently got free. So I'm here to continue to tell the truth because I don't learn my lesson and I'm fucking stubborn. So until they lock me back up, I'm going to continue to do it. And the reason why I got in so much trouble is that I actually believe the divide between men and women, which we see every day on the Fresh and Fit podcast and everywhere else in the world, is being exploited by the people who are in charge of Earth to do their very best to enslave as many men as possible and prevent as many women as possible from having children. I think this divide is actually artificially manufactured. I think that the ideas they're putting in both men and women's head are designed to make us not compatible any longer. Women don't think like women used to think, and men don't think like men used to think. And that's why we don't get along like we used to get along. That's why the birth rates are off a cliff. That's why nobody has happy families. Nobody has happy homes. Women don't respect men. Men hate women. Everything is falling apart all around the entire world. And there's a lot of girls and a lot of women, especially the younger ones, who sit here with their ideas and opinions, not understanding that they're not ideas and opinions. They've come to with their own conclusions and their own life experience. It's a psyop that's been perpetuated upon them. They've watched too much Sex in the City. Crap has been put inside of their brains, and they haven't sat down and actually analyzed where these ideas come from. And those ideas that they're repeating, which have been given to them specifically to make them repulsive to other men and to any man with any degree of testosterone, I think it's important that we continue to tell the truth. So I got in a lot of trouble for doing that because women are actually a huge weapon in enslaving men in the world today. And that's why we live in a world which is basically a gynocracy. If you look at America, women are in charge of everything.
Yep.
A woman can wreck you in court. A woman can lie about you. A woman can falsely accuse you of things you did not do. A woman can take half your money. She could take all your kids. A woman can completely wreck a man even if he does absolutely everything right. This entire world is being run by women, and the evil people in charge of the world are trying to make women more powerful than men specifically because it is men who are going to resist against enslavement. It's only men who are going to cause a revolution and fight back against the evil people who are trying to make us all nothing more but slaves. And I think this entire divide we see between men and women is actually extremely important for us to try and heal. I think if we heal it, a lot of things will be fixed along with it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Fair enough. We can read
Body
some
count, Andrew?
chats.
Say again?
Body count?
Well, I can guess.
Oh.
But the thing that's interesting is that I can guess and say a number now and it doesn't matter. But the girls who are hiding their body count or don't want to say their body count, I understand very well why they don't want to do that.
Why?
And I think that actually highlights one of the key differences between men and women. The fact that a woman sitting here will not sit and say how many men she's had sex with, and I can sit here and say a number and nobody gives a fuck. That shows there are clearly key biological differences, and there are key socio differences between men and females, and we need to keep that idea for everything else we discussed tonight, because women are going to sit here and pretend that we're all the same and that we're all equal and that they can do everything a man can do and all this crap, but they won't even sit and say how many men they've slept with because they understand intrinsically that their sexuality is actually completely differently wired than a man's sexuality. So it's important we keep that in mind.
People will dap you up, but they'll shame a woman.
You know what? You know the funniest thing? I think Myron actually said this first. When a woman doesn't like another woman, what's the first thing she calls her?
Hoe.
Yep.
Bitch.
So if a woman doesn't like another woman, the first thing she says is she's promiscuous. And then a woman will sit and go, I'm promiscuous, it doesn't matter. Then why are you using it as an insult to any other woman you don't like?
Right.
Since the dawn of human time, nobody has ever respected a promiscuous woman, ever. In any holy book, in any society, there's never been a story which is complimentary about a girl who's promiscuous. It's only the opposite. Chastity, virginity, being hard to achieve, hard to obtain, hard to get. Nobody's ever been singing the praises of a hoe, ever. Until this new modern world where they've come along and decided, how do we make men and women dislike each other so nobody has children?
Yep.
How do we get men to give up their warrior spirit? How do we prevent men from going to the streets and finally taking their fucking country back? I know what we'll do. We'll get them scared of their whore wives. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get him married to some bitch who treats him like shit. Yeah. Tell him if he leaves her, he loses everything he's ever worked for. And needs to sit at home and simp over some bitch who barely likes him. She's allowed to go out and drink with the boys. You can't even tell her not to do that. This is all done on purpose. And they've really somehow convinced this new generation of women that being promiscuous is somehow a win. It is a fucking L. There is no bigger L for a woman than being fucked left and right by guys who barely remember her. Yeah. That is the biggest L on the planet. And if you've been psyoped into believing that's a good thing and that you somehow win, you are definitely a slave to the Matrix. You need to wake up and understand the most important thing you have as a female. Your number one trump card in the world. In fact, the only advantage you have on this planet is your sexuality. You're not bigger than men. You're not stronger than men. You're not smarter than men. You can't resist enslavement like men. You're more lazy than men. You can't do anything a man can do. The only thing you've got is sex. And if you're throwing it away to any fucking retard in Pennsylvania who drives a fucking Toyota, you need to think twice about what you're doing.
This is biblical. The Bible calls women the weaker vessel, like quite literally in Scripture. I mean, it's biblical.
And it's not an insult.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
It's playing to your strengths. You have to look at the board and say, what do I have on the board that I can play with? And women understand that sexuality is their move. That's why they have OnlyFans accounts. So what I'm saying is, if that's your gold, don't throw it away. Yeah. Be very careful with it. That's all I'm saying. It's an L to give away your gold. It's an L for a man to give all his money away. Why would I give money away to random hoes on the street in Miami if I just walk around and start handing out dollar bills? I'm a dumbass. So if you're going to walk around handing out pussy, guess what you are? You're a dumbass. And this promiscuity is being pushed by the Matrix purposefully because nothing is going to detest a man more than the fact that before he met you, you were promiscuous. What's going to make a man... There's nothing else that will make a man want to take care of you less than the fact you were promiscuous before you met him. I have to take care of you, pay your bills, put up with your shit, get you a house, buy you a car, make sure our children are safe, pay the bills. I have to do all this, and that guy hit it for free? Am I a fucking dumbass? Why am I paying for what he got for free? Facts. If you walk into McDonald's and you get a hamburger for $1 and I come next and they say it's $10, I'll be like, why did she pay $1? Why am I paying 10? Am I fucking stupid?
Right.
Promiscuity is lowering your value to all of your future potential partners. It's extremely important that doesn't happen. And that's why the women on here are sitting saying, I don't want to say my body count. I understand why they don't want to say it. I'm not saying they should say it. What I'm saying is that every single female alive actually intrinsically understands her only value or her biggest trump card to other men is her sexuality. And no man wants what every man's had.
Facts. Andrew?
Sure.
Okay, so if women's sexuality is their only thing, why is it so important what a woman's body count is and not a man's?
Sorry. Again?
Why is it so important what a woman's body count is and not a man's?
Okay. You want to hit this one, Myron?
No, you go.
No, please.
No, you're special guest, bro.
Oh, okay.
They've heard me say
Myron, you can get it after.
I'm just here to moderate.
It's a genuine question. I'm genuinely curious from a men's perspective.
Well, there's very specific biological differences, firstly. Firstly, women get pregnant, men don't get pregnant. This is the most important.
Fuck.
There's no,
One time you don't play the sound.
but this is actually very important because for the longest period of human history, up until very modern times with birth control, etc., if a woman had sex with a man, she might be out of the dating market forever. So she needs to be a lot more careful with who she sleeps with than a man does. Because a man can have sex with a woman, she can get pregnant. The man's not out of the dating market. The man can just bounce if he so decides. That's the first thing. It's biological. It's very important. Secondly, from a societal perspective, women for a very long time have been praised for their chastity or as close to it as possible. This is why all of society was built. Why do you wear a white dress at a wedding? Do you know why?
Purity.
Purity.
You're supposed to be a virgin, to be honest. And no one is. But you're supposed to be, right?
But why? But why?
Why? I'll tell you why. Because for the longest period of human history, the only way I could ensure paternity of a child is if my wife was a virgin. How am I going to know that kid's mine? Let's say we live in some country where everyone looks the same, right? I'm Chinese. Ching Chang, Chang Chong, Ching Wong, Wing Wang. We all look the fucking same. Chinese baby comes out. How do I know that Chinese baby's mine? Now we have DNA tests. All right, cool.
She was
But
loyal.
humans have evolved over thousands of years, right? How do I know that baby's mine? The easiest and only way for me to know that child, which I now have to take care of, which is supposed to share my name, which I have to invest years into trying to make a prodigy of me, which I have to give my empire to, which I have to give my money to, that son, everything I've ever worked for, everything on my back goes to him. How do I know he's mine? The easiest way is if the woman's a virgin. That's probably one of the only ways, right? So we now live in a new modern society where you can trick with science. You can take birth control, you can get DNA tests, you can sleep with all these men and get away with it, etc. But this is not the way things ever were. And if you accept that, then you must accept that evolutionarily, biologically, I would argue that there is a mental component to all of these things. And I want to give you all a thought experiment because I'm treating you like adults. If I told you, here's a girl, you've never met her, and she's had sex with 1,000 men, do you imagine her to be a rational, stable girl, or do you imagine her to be fucking crazy?
She's got 1,000 cock stare. I mean,
She's
she's
nuts.
crazy, man.
She's nuts.
Yeah, she's not there.
Okay, so a woman can't. So let's approach this as professionals. Here's the point. In history, if a woman slept with a man and she got pregnant, she was with that man forever. That was it. There was no birth control. There's no DNA test.
Correct.
Women are not prepared mentally to go through endless breakups. They sleep with a guy, they have a kid, they're stuck with that guy forever. Men, since the dawn of time, have been sleeping with different women. We're evolved for it. Women aren't. A woman cannot go through life having endless sex with loads of different men and not take genuine mental damage. They end up fucking crazy. They end up on antidepressants. They end up being alcoholics. Any woman who sleeps with 100 men ends up literally fucking nuts. You're not evolved to do that. And if you find a woman who has done it, talk to her for 5 minutes. You'd be like, bitch, you're nuts.
Could I offer
That's the
something real quick? I think that's why Judaism is only passed down through the mother, technically, right? Because that's the only way that you can confirm that that child is actually Jewish because it was birthed by the Jewish mother. You don't know with the father who actually impregnated her at the end of the day. Like, quite literally, Judaism to this day, it is only passed down through the mother.
Do you think that's an interesting point?
Yeah.
I have to be careful
It's
talking
true.
about them because I go to jail.
Oh.
But do you believe a woman can have sex with 1,000 men and retain her sanity?
No.
This is a simple yes or no question.
No.
Because I know men who have slept with 1,000 women and they're fine. Can a woman sleep with 1,000 different men, 1,000 different dicks inside of her, and retain her sanity and happiness as an individual? It's a yes or no question.
No, not even 100, in my opinion.
You'll
Not
lose
even
your-
100.
You'll lose your fucking mind. You're not evolved to go through breakups.
Nope.
You're not evolved to do this. You're supposed to have sex with a man, get pregnant, be with that man. You're not supposed to be sleeping with a new man every 3 months.
Right.
This is all modern bullshit. And that's why everyone's losing their fucking minds. How many women are on antidepressants? How many women admit they have a mental condition? How many women admit to being depressed? All of this comes down to the amount of dick they're taking. None of these women should be fucking all these dudes. That's why they're all mental. That's literally why all these women are fucking crazy.
I think
It's
a lot
the
of
truth.
women agree with you on that.
You're
Like,
right.
no, because
No.
when a woman
blame
has
them.
a male-centered friend, what is the first thing you do when you become friends with someone? You notice if they're male-centered, and you
Right.
do not want to be friends with them.
Right.
And so I feel like we can all agree to a certain extent. If a person is a certain amount of male-centered, it is an unhealthy friendship because men will become everything about the friendship.
True. I mean,
Nothing else will matter.
One of my best
All right,
friends
real quick,
actually.
ladies, hold on. Guys, I'm going to cut Myron Gaines X. We're going to go on over to Fresh and Fit. So you guys go over to Fresh and Fit on either Rumble or YouTube, whatever you guys want. But yeah, come on over to Fresh and Fit. I'm ending my stream, Myron Gaines X. OSS, all of it is ending. Come on over to either Cats Club or Rumble or Fresh and Fit. But it's only Fresh and Fit, so I'm cutting my stuff right now. Go ahead. Keep going, guys.
I was just going to say, like, I had a friend who had over 100 bodies, and she's never been in a real relationship. And now she's not my friend. She actually fucked me over in a major way recently. And should I be surprised? Because she's a crazy bitch.
No.
Because girls who have sex with... Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
you're right. And then let's apply this to something else, right? Relationships are difficult and people argue. We can all agree with that.
Yes.
Women have endless sexual options, even more than high-tiered males, even more than famous men. You can go out and get 100 men a day. You have unlimited sexual options, right? So if you're not prepared to struggle and suffer through the difficulties of a relationship with a man, you always have the option to go out there and get a new man right away. So as soon as the stigma attached with a new dick disappears, because your first 3 or 4 men you sleep with, sleeping with a new guy is a big deal. But once you've slept with enough men, it's not a big deal anymore. So you argue with your man, and he pisses you off because men annoy you and people argue, and your instant option, your instant default is, I'll just go get a new dick then with a new man. Fuck this guy. Women lose their ability to even be loyal or pair bond or stick through any kind of difficulty with a man if they sleep with too many men.
Can we
'Cause they
talk about pair bonding? Actually, that's important.
No, yeah,
I want to
talk
ask
about
you,
it.
What is pair bonding?
what's
Talk
your
about it.
opinion, Andrew? How many bodies can a girl have before she can no longer pair bond, in your personal opinion?
What is pair bonding?
That's a good question.
Two bodies.
Genuinely be in love with and genuinely obsessed with.
Yes.
Okay.
2,
okay.
3. I'm not gonna lie.
What's
Wait,
the
wait.
noise?
So
It's just,
I'm still confused on what it is.
That's
So
how you
is there a
see
certain
women.
amount of
It
people who can
exists
do
in the
it?
I see
animal
women-
kingdom, right? I mean, no, Andrew,
People
explain.
are
He'll be better.
different. You know,
All right,
everybody's
girls,
different in
one
their
real
own way.
time.
Yeah, ladies.
One real time,
Let him explain it, and then he can tell you.
No,
the
I'll
numbers.
listen. How do I see women that's negative? I just said women shouldn't be promiscuous. Is that a negative idea?
No, I agree.
Is
on
that a negative opinion?
That's your personal
No.
opinion.
What have I said that's negative about women in anything I've said so far?
Nothing.
No, you're trying to enlighten women to not be promiscuous.
I'm genuinely asking. If I've said something
But you're
offensive, please let me
basically
know.
making it seem like we're hoes.
No,
Like,
I'm saying you shouldn't be
men
hoes.
are hoes too.
I'm saying
She's not saying
I'm
that.
saying you shouldn't be hoes.
If the shoes fit.
I think
Society has changed.
I think we should get to the pair bonding question because that may explain a lot. Andrew, how many women, in your opinion, Andrew, how many women can a girl sleep with before she can no longer
Okay,
pair
so
bond
I
with
have a
her man?
controversial opinion
Okay.
on this.
Talk about it.
Okay, let's hear it.
But here's the first thing, and I want to actually get you girls' opinions because I'm here to learn. I'm not going to pretend I know it all. I do, but I'm being nice.
Pretending.
I'm pretending. I would argue a woman can only truly deeply fall in love 1, 2, max maybe 3 times. Would you
I agree. Yes,
agree.
100%.
You fall in love
what'd you
once. You can only truly, deeply, with all of your heart, fall in love 1, 2, maybe max 3 times, and after that, it just doesn't feel the same anymore.
No, I agree. on
I
that.
agree.
I agree
My
with
fiance is the only man I've been truly in love with. My first love was like puppy love, I would say. I felt like I loved him. It was 4 years long, but I was young. It was puppy love. This is my first relationship where I'm really, genuinely, truly in love. So I would agree with you.
I don't think women can fall in love over and over again.
Actually, I've only fallen in love once.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
But
why?
you're 20, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
You're
You're young.
young. But I had a baby with the person.
That's
so.
good.
It's
Oh.
okay.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And children are
with him?
beautiful.
Can you be with him? Do you want to get with him for the sake of your baby, maybe?
Girl, he's in jail.
Oh.
Been there. Play the soundtrack. But the point I'm making is women can only fall in love 1, 2, let's assume 3 times.
Yeah.
A man can fall in love over and over and over and over.
No.
I feel like it's
let me give you-
promiscuous.
let me
It's
give you-
promiscuous.
Well, I'll give you another thought experiment. This is a thought experiment. If a woman sleeps with 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 men, and then the perfect man comes along who's very nice to her and treats her well, etc., because of what I just discussed earlier with the fact that people argue and nothing's perfect and she has unlimited options, she's likely to cheat on that guy and eventually leave him. Whereas if a man sleeps with 50 women and then the perfect little virgin angel who obeys him and does everything he says comes along, he's going to be obsessed with her. He's going to fall in love with her completely and utterly. Men can fall in love at any point during their sexual history. Women get 1, 2, 3 shots max.
Yep.
Then they die inside. Their hearts die inside, and they become gold diggers.
It's true.
This is the guys. This is the current cycle of society. The current cycle of society is this: men and women fall in love at a young age, teenage love, whatever. It doesn't work because young age never works, right? People used to get married back then. No one gets married
does
anymore.
work.
And if you don't get married, you're not the kid young, it's going to end. Then they go out there, they find another guy they like, they fall in love. And then eventually he cheats, so they leave him because they've been told by society, leave a man the second he cheats.
No.
Then they get another guy. And that works for a while, and then it breaks up. Break up, go through a guy, break up, go through a guy. Most hoes don't even want to be hoes. They just keep going looking for this impossible standard that they see on Instagram. I want a man who brings me a G-Wagon full of roses and never cheats and flies me on jets and he's 6'8" and makes $10 million a month. That's what I want. That's what I deserve, girl. I saw on TikTok. And they go through life looking for this unrealistic bullshit. They don't even mean to be whores. They're just going from dude to dude trying to find something that doesn't exist. And eventually, after they've had enough dick, their heart dies and they think, fuck it, I'll just chase the bag. And then they become gold diggers. That's the current cycle of society on repeat. That's all that's happening.
How do you
Isn't it
break
off of like
that
a couple
cycle?
Hold on. One at a time. Go ahead.
How do you break that cycle? Because there has to be something that society as a whole can do to address that, because it's a really sad thing.
It is.
No, it really is.
It absolutely is. And we need to prioritize the only thing that actually matters in the world. And that, for me, the only thing that matters between a man and a woman is a child.
Babies.
I think it's beautiful that you have a child. I think it's a
Thank
good
you.
thing. And nobody talks about that. We talk about, you meet a partner, you should be in a relationship, or even people who push the idea of marriage. Personally, and this is controversial, a lot of people disagree with me.
Nobody
Fuck
else
the
has
marriage.
kids
The kid
here?
matters more than the marriage. The marriage is a piece of paper, bro.
I
Fuck
saw
the
your
piece of
ex
paper.
post. It was on point. Honestly, women who are like, I want to be married. I want the big wedding. I want all of this stuff. That's a transactional shit.
Of
You know
course.
what I'm
That's
saying? Like, I
attention-seeking.
completely agree with that
That's
post that you made.
attention-seeking.
100%.
If women were dating from their teens, understanding their primary objective in life is to have beautiful children, then people would stay together longer. But most women at the age of 17 are getting with a man saying, I want kids when I'm 30. So what, you're going to be with this guy for 13 long fucking years? No way. Of course you're going to break up. And then you're going to get another guy, and of course you're going to break up with him. If a woman decides she doesn't want kids till she's old, or older, sorry, the point is it's nearly impossible to be with one guy, because humans are humans, and we argue and we fight. I can tell you now, the number one women I'm prepared to sit down and try and work it out with are the mothers of my kids, because we have a kid.
Yeah.
If I'm with some girl and she pisses me off and we ain't got a kid, it's like, well, get the fuck out of here. You think there's not another 19-year-old in fucking Miami?
I don't have an
Get the
attachment.
fuck out of here.
Right.
So the only thing that matters is children. But we should be prioritizing children. Nobody's having children. The birth rate has collapsed. The world is literally imploding. It is literally over for humanity. Nobody talks about this. And the reason nobody talks about it is because it puts a burden of responsibility on females, which we are not allowed to do in society. If you put a burden of responsibility on females, you're the devil. If I told you that all of society was about to implode because aliens have come and aliens are going to destroy everything and there's going to be no humans left.
I believe in aliens.
Okay, good. So we need to conscript all of the men and give them guns to go and die against an alien invasion to protect society. You would sit and say, yeah, normal. Everyone's going to die. Men have to go and fucking protect us. That's normal. If I sit and say society is going to implode, in 100 years there's going to be no one left on Earth because women aren't having babies, someone should tell women to have babies, you're going to get offended instantly. How could you possibly expect women to have any desire to propagate the human race? How could you possibly expect women to have any burden to continue humanity? No, women have no burden. Women cannot be expected to do anything. All they should do is take Instagram pictures, spend a man's money, fucking make TikToks, unimportant bullshit, which doesn't even benefit anybody. And that's the truth of the world we now live in. No woman at the age of 18 in America, if I were to walk down Miami and say, who wants kids at 18? Nobody. And that's why the world's fucked.
Good point.
And until we fix that, it's going to stay fucked.
Good point.
We had a
Have
big
more
debate.
kids,
They had a
girls.
big
Nowadays,
debate.
women don't want kids anymore. especially
Women
at
don't want
18.
kids.
I want
What they
kids.
want is Instagram, Birkin bags,
Boats,
traveling,
yachts.
yachts, fucking drink, drugs,
I want
and then they need
12
money, so
kids.
they get on OnlyFans. It is the biggest waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
Women waste their lives on the most unimportant bullshit. At least if a man doesn't have kids, by and large, he's trying to at least get rich. At least he's trying to get some fucking money. Most women have no kids. They're not trying to get rich. You know what they're trying to do? Have fun. And it is a waste of fucking time.
Lord.
That's
They're
the-
wasting
This is
their best
because of
years.
social media.
I don't
It's
think
all
it's-
because of social
Of course.
media.
Yeah, of course it is.
And so
Social
if you
media.
can't admit that, you can't come at women as a whole for it.
I'm not coming at women. I'm
No.
explaining to you how the world is functioning. I'm not your enemy. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm explaining how society is currently operating. And social media is the reason. You're right. Because a woman sits there and goes, my man tries his best. He makes $110,000 a year. He works in a factory. But you know what? I'm scrolling TikTok and I see this Russian bitch in Dubai. She gets flowers bigger than my fucking house. Maybe I can do better. Maybe I can get a richer man. Why am I going to lose the one thing I have to get men, sexuality, by having a baby with this guy when this guy over here is buying her all that shit. Maybe I should go on a girl's holiday. Maybe I should hold on a little longer. Maybe I can get a richer guy. Maybe if I just wait. And no one's having kids. And then they break up. That's what's happening. That's what's happening.
I can see that.
Happens every day.
Of course.
Happens every day.
And before TikTok and social media and all this bullshit, if you were in Nebraska and you met a dude in Nebraska, you had fucking kids in Nebraska. No one's sitting there talking about Dubai in Nebraska. No, but now everyone's sitting there talking about Dubai, messaging me, trying to get flown out. That's what's happening.
But Andrew, to your point as well, women will have a boyfriend, leave their boyfriend, go to a different state or country, where rich guys are at, stay there to find a guy that can match their dreams. So you're right, bro, 100%.
And their dreams, this is the most important thing. Women's dreams at a young age, when they get older, they get smarter, women, by and large. But at a young age, are not children. No 20-year-old's dream is children. And if they do say they want children, they say, my dream is children, I want to be a mother. When? When I'm 27. Well, that's not your fucking dream, is it?
Right.
So what's your dream now? Your dream now is a Birkin bag and being a dickhead on TikTok. Your dream is fucking followers. Your dream is pixels on a fucking screen because you're retarded. Your dreams are literally going, wow, 100,000 followers, yeah, I matter. It's fucking ridiculous. You matter to your child. You matter when your kid looks in your eyes. That's who you matter to. Yeah. You don't matter to any of the men fucking blowing up your inbox or any of the dudes giving you likes on Instagram. These men will fuck you and not give a shit if you get hit by a car the next day.
They don't know that.
They don't give a fuck about you. Yeah. But women are not smart enough to sit there and analyze how they've been psyoped by the Matrix, specifically and purposefully, to avoid having children. And I don't want to get political because I can do it. But if there's families, men are prepared to die to protect their family. Please understand this. If I'm in charge of a country and I come along and want to oppress a population, and that population is full of families, now you have men who say, look, you can try and oppress me, but you're not going to oppress my wife and my fucking kids. I'm going to stand here and defend this street no matter who comes because my wife and my kids live here. When there's no families, why is a man going to stand up and defend a street? He can leave. He can bounce. He can stay in his basement and play video games. Take the fucking street. Don't give a shit. Men give up on defending society because they have nothing to fucking defend. So by convincing women to not have children, now men don't have a vested interest in resisting slavery. And it is only men who can resist slavery. Only us men, crossed arms. Only us men can defend you. Only us, we can defend you from government, other men, anything. That's what men do. So unless we have a vested interest in building a better world, which we're only going to have through family, most men you see in the world today have given up. They sit at home, playing video games, smoking weed, and when the government comes along and says, I'm going to oppress everyone and make everybody slaves, they go, I don't give a fuck. I ain't got a fucking family anyway. No woman talks to me because I ain't rich. I ain't got kids anyway. Fuck it. The people in charge of the world have specifically convinced women to not do the number one thing since the dawn of human time they were obsessed with doing, which is birthing children. Yeah. It's incredible, the level of psyop which has been successful. It's truly incredible. They've convinced women to not want kids. Isn't that remarkable? Haven't you seen a woman around a child? Haven't you seen like a woman sees a kid and gets baby fever? In most of the world, I've been all around the world. In most of the world outside of the Western Hemisphere, women love the idea of kids. They have a kid, their aunt is there, their mom is there, their sisters have kids, big families, all the women, all the kids. But in America, they're like, no, I don't want a kid, I want a Birkin. You're a fucking retard, bro. You're a fucking retard.
Stupid. I agree with a lot of the things that you said, but I kind of want to touch on like what he was saying, how women feel like they should just be pampered, especially like when we went through in 2024 with them going through the draft, and women felt like they shouldn't be added to the draft, and it was really messed up because I'm in the army, and I feel like even as a mother, we all should be able to protect our country. And a lot of women feel like, oh, I'm a woman.
You wanted to go to war?
Oh no, I joined. I'm in the army.
But I mean, that would put us at a disadvantage. Women are good fighters.
Some people don't realize the army is more than just going to war. A lot of us have jobs. A lot of us are police.
Right, behind the scenes stuff. That's different.
There's multiple things. But at the end of the day, it's that women feel like, oh, I shouldn't be put in this box. A man should go fight for us. Yes. A man should go do this, and it is unfair. A lot of us.
Well, women can't do what men can do. Like
a lot of women can. We can do a lot of things.
No, I'm sorry.
Some women can provide. A lot of people, like he asked earlier, is your parents married? A lot of us was raised by single mothers. So I just feel like personally, sometimes people have to realize that women can do things too. A lot of us feel like we can't have jobs that pay a lot of money.
Women can do things.
We can do things too, but most women don't want to do
like
it.
Cook.
They don't want to cook. They don't want a job. They don't want an education.
Right. May I offer something, please?
It's just in general.
Well, like biologically, right? So cortisol is the stress hormone, okay? That men and women experience. Did you know that a teaspoon of cortisol takes a woman one whole whole day to be able to ingest. She needs to sleep and wake up the next morning to be refreshed. A man can tolerate and process that cortisol within a period of 1 hour. Women in high stress positions don't work, which is why women shouldn't vote, which is why women should not be in politics, and this is why women should not hold high power positions in military or anything else where the safety of the country depends on the people who are representing it. Like, biologically, it's just not compatible. Does that mean that there's not going to be exceptions? Yes. Occasionally, there are going to be exceptions to the rule. But those are exceptions. And we need to be explicitly clear that they are exceptions and not the
But there's
normal functioning of society.
That is a horrible take on women.
No, it's true. It's literally, girl, it's biological. It's biological, and there's being tested on it.
Y'all touching on two different things. I'm not saying women should fight. I'm saying that there are roles that women can have a place in. Women can do things too, and women just feel like, oh, let me sell my pussy instead of letting me go and get a job.
Oh, no, that's better than selling your pussy. I'll agree with you on that, girl.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
But I have another take, and I think that, let me find a way to explain this. Why do you have a job, for example, right? You have a job to get money, and you use that money and you exchange it for the other things you need in the world, right? The reason you don't do everything yourself is because it's not optimal. So you understand, if I'm good at ballet, I'm going to go and do ballet, and I'm going to take the money, and then if I need clothes, I'm going to buy the clothes. I'm not going to make my own clothes. I'm not going to wire up my own house. I'm not going to build my own lodgings. I'm not going to cut my own grass. I'm going to do the one thing I'm good at and take the money and exchange it for the things I'm not as good at. Right. Because if you decide to make your own clothes and build your own house, you're going to actually be poor. So you win by optimizing your life, and you optimize your life by focusing on the one thing you are best at and taking that and exchanging it for all the things you are not good at. So I would say, and the reason I made that is so you understand this point, optimally, the best thing a woman can do, what she is best at, is the only thing that men can't do, which is have children. That is the best way for you to win, because men can do basically everything else. Women can do things. Completely right. I agree with you. Women, bro, I know I have a whole bunch of smart women who work for me. I have women lawyers. I go to women judges. Women can do a lot of stuff. But what I'm saying is, her optimal, what women are best at, and the reason they're best at it is because no one else can do it, is having children. So if you're a woman and you want to optimize your life, if you want to approach things purely logically, not emotionally, purely logically, from a chess perspective, if you were to ask me if I was born as a woman, what I would do, I would wake up and go, okay, well, I'm not going to work as hard as a man. I don't want to do the long hours. I don't want to take the risks. I'm not as going to go through all the stress. I'm not going to go through all the pain. It's too hard to make money in the world. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to do the one thing a man can't do. And I'm going to give it to him. And I'm going to find the right man. I'm going to give it to him. And he's going to fix all my other problems. That's how you win as a woman. And before anyone comes along and says, let me tell you this. I'm going to say this from the bottom of my heart. I have daughters. And people often say to me, Andrew, you have all these controversial opinions. What would you say to your own daughter? I pray my daughter at the age of 18 meets an older guy, 45, 46, gives her a house, gives her a fucking Bentley, gets her pregnant, and gives me grandchildren. And if she comes to me and goes, Dad, what? My husband cheated on me. I'm going to say, are you in the big mansion? Are you driving a Bentley? Okay, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. He's taking care of you. If he stops paying your bills, if he stops protecting you, then come to me. But if you are completely protected and provided for, keep giving me grandchildren, because that is the best thing you can do with your life. I'm rich. Your man's rich. You don't need to make money. That's a waste of time. You don't need a fucking Birkin. You don't need a TikTok account. You don't need an Instagram account. Don't sell pussy for pennies. Stop being an idiot and give me grandkids. That's what I truly hope for my own daughters. That is the best thing they can do. That is what will make me most proud.
And
you want your daughter to
hold on, ladies. Hold on. You know what's funny, ladies? You know what's funny?
On.
You know what's funny? A lot of guys would agree with that wholeheartedly.
100%.
A lot of us would agree with that. I would tell my daughter the same exact thing, because I would rather you get cheated on by one guy than get fucked over by a million.
20 dudes.
Sure.
But I'd rather you give me grandkids than waste your time reading a book or doing some fucking TikTok bullshit. Give me grandkids. Create Tates for the bloodline. Let's go into let's create progeny to propel the name into the future. Let's do something that matters. Everything else is insignificant bullshit.
And here's another thing too. Also, I want to say, men lose status when a woman cheats on them. Women don't lose status when a man cheats on them.
No.
To this day, we all know Kobe Bryant's wife by what? Kobe Bryant's wife.
What's
He cheated on her.
Bryant.
She still has a legacy. She still has kids. A lot of
Who's
people gave
that?
her a bunch of respect for sticking by him when all that bullshit happened, even though it was a fake accusation. But on the other hand, Will Smith destroyed by getting cheated.
That's right.
So women don't lose status or any type of, ability to have a family or anything like that, or their name isn't tarnished when they're cheated on. But men absolutely do. So my daughter, bitch, you're not gonna fucking cheat on him because you're gonna hurt yourself, you're gonna hurt him, and you're gonna hurt me.
Also, Vanessa Bryant has the respect and the money after the fact. That's a W.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I think there's a difference when a woman cheats on a man because she's accepting somebody else's DNA.
Of course.
100%.
Spiritually, I believe women are vessels.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So they're taking on that energy.
Correct.
It's a totally different situation. I mean, you look at the Middle Eastern world. Men have multiple wives. They take care of their wives.
Yep.
They love their wives. It's agreed on. It's okay. And you don't see the women upset. They accept that.
Of course.
And it's biologically normal.
And it's we talk about the Middle East, but even here in the West, up until very recent times, it's always been this way. Kings have always had more than one woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men who
That's
have
very true.
That's
knights.
disgusting.
No, it's not disgusting. It's
It is.
human nature.
No, it is.
actually.
So some women
And
can
this-
have kids too. They need kids.
Of course.
That's why they have multiple
We
wives.
can't normalize
Of course.
Back in the day, they had multiple
But
wives, so they
it's-
can whoever had the
normalized
son
that.
first.
It's been normalized for centuries.
been
It's supposed to be
centuries.
one,
It's a
one of
very-
one.
it's a big
No.
The
history.
monogamy
One.
psyop. The monogamy psyop hurts women more than it hurts men because men are going to cheat. Men are going to fuck anyway. Men do it anyway. It doesn't change anything. Like all you're going to do is make your man lie to you.
It
All you're going to
changes
do
a
is make him
lot.
just go behind your back and lie all the
He
time.
gonna do it
All you're
regardless.
going to do is make him sneak around.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather just say, look, okay,
Find a new man.
whatever, just don't tell me about it and make sure you're home
You
most
said,
of the time.
find a new man.
No,
Hold on,
I will find
ladies,
a new
ladies.
man.
Hold on, ladies.
My
ladies.
point, sorry, Myron.
No,
my
go ahead, go ahead.
point exactly. Find a new man. Most hoes don't want to be hoes. They don't want to be hoes, but they're out there saying they're going to leave a man for doing something every man does.